check we got John Durlin online.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you for reaching out and hanging out with us. And so anytime, feel free to cut me off and insert a few words, and I'll bring you out, kind of share your story later. But let's get going here. Hello, Kern County. As I call your name, go ahead and state where you're dialed in from and all that good stuff here. Let me set my recorder. Okay. Make sure that's on. All right. And let's go. Okay, so Barbara, good to see you on the webinar. Bonnie, Charles Smith, our newest student there, Charles. Chris Kever, Donna Moore, good to see you girls. Doug, Ryan, Erica B, Esperanza Adams, good to see you. Felipe Aguirre, Frederick Ray, Friday W. Nice name, Friday. It's my favorite day of the week. As a matter of fact, I always say TGIF on Facebook because every day is a Friday for me. Gail Almont, let us know where you're dialed in from. George Markio, Harold Nelson, Hannah Bledsoe, jumping in here. Heather Titer, Ivy Hall, James Easley, JC, my boy JC, Jennifer Outlet, Jennifer Sheets, John Durlin. And 1 second, guys. My sister never calls me, so it's got to be important. All right. It's actually my dad's calling me. Felipe Aguirre, Frederick Ray, Friday. Okay, my screen is jumping because we got new folks jumping in here. So let me see where was I. Ivy Hall, Jay Beasley, JC, Jennifer Sheets, John Durlin, John Legowski, Kaylin McCullen, Lily Davis, Lottie Creer. Good to see you, Lottie. Brand new student just joined us. Nancy Babcock. Matter of fact, I've known Lottie for many years. We go way back in back when I was actually marketing Congo Water. Some of you know what Congo Water is, and congratulations, Lottie, for just helping out a gal who actually had cancer with that. So made a nice little check there. Marilee Kennedy, let's see, Nancy Sutherland, Steve Harris, Stuart Anderson, Nancy Sutherland. And are you still in Mexico? I'm just curious. I know you got a place in Arizona. We'd love to know how that lifestyle is. We've actually considered traveling and homeschooling our kids, so we're looking at different places to possibly visit and maybe, hopefully in the future, buy a second home. I think that would be fun. Steve Harris, Stuart Anderson, Tim Crokin, Tracy Rutherford, Nancy Babcock, Marilee Kennedy, if I didn't call your names, I'm going back there, Tracy, so Alyssa McDowell, Vicki Joseph. A lot of brand new names tonight, and it could be because I'm doing the webinar a little bit earlier, so that might work out for your guys' schedule so you're not staying up too late out there back east. So let's see where you guys are in. Okay, so let me scroll up. And we got Kern County. We mentioned that earlier. Yep, Nancy's out there in Mexico. Let's see. We got Jersey. New Jersey's in the house. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Let's see, Chicago. Snowy, Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I just got back from New York and it was cold, and I fortunately I missed the rain or the snow, and I did see a little bit of snow out there. Ivy says she can't hear me on the computer. Can everybody hear me? Okay, just want to make sure. If you all could do me a favor and just for folks that dialed in, I might even just do this real quick here. Let me do this. It may be better for some folks to dial in. Okay. Right there. Let me put the attendee pin. All right. How's that? Perfect. And Marley, Katie, you're wintering in the Dominican Republic. Are you currently there, Marley? I've never been. My brother just got back from there vacationing. Awesome. How's the weather out there? I bet. I heard it's tropical. Ironically, I put this out on Facebook today about if somebody was to live either in Costa Rica or Belize, where would it be? And we're actually considering visiting Belize here. I don't know how soon, but it's in the works. When you guys start to realize that your time is more important, and if you have any children, you can appreciate this. You want more time for yourselves, so you guys can go do what you want, and instead of studying what the national landmarks or even the world landmarks are in the book, why not just go travel and do it, So that's a possibility. You can do that, by the way, when you have a business like this that's completely on the internet. As long as you have an internet connection and a laptop, you can run a full-time internet business from home. So let's talk about that, a little bit about my background. I studied at, I did what my parents told me to do, guys. I went to school, got good grades, and hopefully got a good job. You guys can read a little bit more about me here. No big deal. I really hate talking about myself, honestly. That's why I write it on websites. But CesarRamirez.com, you can hear about my story, my wife, why this project started right there, Sochi. And, you hit different goals in life, right? Once you achieve a certain goal, as long as things are going the way they should be going moving forward, then you can start building dreams in a different way. So as we watched this testimonial, actually this documentary on Netflix. I want to say it's called A Beautiful Life or something. I can't remember the exact name of it. I started to realize maybe traveling and checking out other parts of the world might be a better area for us to travel and for foods and I don't know. It's in the works. It's in the thoughts. But just letting you guys know, this project was started because of my wife, and she wanted to do something that didn't involve like high pressure sales or recruiting. I come from a recruiting background. After not being able to get a job as a computer engineer, I actually ended up looking for other ways of making money from home. Because honestly, I just got sick and tired of being a tool. If that makes sense. I kept getting tossed from left to right. Working for this company, that company, big tech companies. And it wasn't like I didn't go to college, guys. And so you're hearing it from somebody that went to college, got a degree, and owed a lot of money for student loans. But, I got my degree, worked for Hewlett Packard. When 9/11 happened, my job got outsourced. And so some of you can relate to that. And that's when I started to realize, man, do I want to go through that cycle again? Especially the 40-year plan is not here anymore. And so I've been constantly striving to help out people do the same thing. And so when I achieve my goals, by the way, you got to take care of number one first, you. Once you start hitting your goals and making money, then you go out and help other people. It's like when the plane is crashing, they say you got to put the mask on to save yourself first because you can't save everybody else when you're in the water. Does that make sense? You need the oxygen. And money's not everything, but they say it ranks right up there with oxygen. So let's get started. I'm super excited to be hosting a webinar tonight. We always leave it open to whoever's hosting it, but I have a fun time here. And to stay on track, we'll get it going. John Durlin is on the webinar tonight, and let's bring him out here as he is on the webinar. So this is actually, if I'm not mistaken, John, this is your first webinar, rather your first work at home business opportunity, and you're already having success. Can you kind of share your story, like where you're from and your background and why you chose EDS?
Sure. As you're talking, I just made a sale, so I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway.
That happens a lot, buddy. That happens a lot.
Started this in mid-September last year with Chris Smith on Chris Smith's team. Jumped in, both feet, got going. Didn't really pay attention to profits in September. Didn't really care. Just wanted to learn how to do it. Definitely made money. Started in October, made even more money. November, adding more listings, obviously more profit, somewhere around $1,500 in November. December was somewhere around $2,500, obviously related to Christmas.
Sure.
And then in January, which is a slow month for sales, we still made $1,200. And this is a part-time income. $1,200 is a part-time income. It changes your life in my world.
Heck yeah, buddy. I mean, they say that, with a down economy, folks, even just $500 would have changed a lot of people's financial situation from going to foreclosure. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, and it changes it for the future, too, because we took that money and paid off bills that I would have paid on every month for years that now I don't have to worry about ever again.
Isn't that a great feeling? Like you don't have to live on advance checks or credit cards?
Yeah, it definitely is. And, my wife and I work opposite shifts. We worked opposite shifts for years. We have a 5-year-old son. And the goal in the future is, that she's not going to work at all, and we're just going to do eBay because her and I do this together. I'm looking forward to that.
Man, that's awesome, bro. Congratulations. Well, thank you for coming out here, and feel free to insert anywhere you want, and if you want to hang out, that's cool. If not, no big deal. So let me start the presentation, and we'll get it off and rolling. Does anybody, before I do this, does anybody know the meeting ID? I can look it up here. Someone's actually emailing me here for the meeting ID, so I think it's this one. They're probably like on a mobile device. I don't know. I'm not on a mobile device, guys. If you guys are on mobile, if you can share the meeting ID. I just got a message here that someone's trying to get in. Okay. Well, they'll have to catch the replay. How's that? All right. Let's stay on track here. So you're about to discover a system to create a part-time or full-time income from the comfort of your home. By the way, guys, big income disclosure. We're not going to talk about you making $1 million here overnight, okay? But we're talking about real incomes of real people. And I appreciate John sharing his numbers. And he's doing this part-time. He's creating I would say a full-time income extra for some folks out there, that depending where you live in the country. And then for other folks, that's a couple car payments and then some, a few cell phones. And so, that's because he stayed focused. He plugged it into what Chris Smith is actually going to be talking about Tuesday. We're going to have a webinar on Tuesday night talking about how to build a team, what creates a strong foundation. I love his analogy. Chris Smith, if you're on the webinar, you're welcome to. Actually, you know what? Totally my bad. I forgot to give him the login information to log in. Oh boy. Chris, go to the room in our room there. It's in our room under John Durlin's. I gave him the dial information. It's in our Facebook chat for dialing into the moderator line. But this is what Chris Smith shared. He said it's like the three legs of a stool, right? A pillar, to a stool. You got to have the foundation, and it's got to be, a little bit of engagement through Skype, which we use. We have our training center, which is number 2, and then he uses Facebook. And so I asked him, I called him up. I said, what works for you? Like, why is most of your team intact, and they're all making money like John is? What is it? He says, I get them plugged in right away to a system that you got. What you have here, the difference is we leverage Facebook because Skype. Some folks have trouble with Skype, and so I've always used Skype. That's the way we built the system. But what I realized is there's a lot more people on Facebook, and Skype sometimes, if they're on their mobile device, can suck up a lot of battery, which has been my issue. In the recent case, my wife can't even log into Skype on her computer. I don't know why it is, but anyway, long story short, we figured we can open it up to Facebook. We've already had a group before. I redesigned the group today, and so that is really the communication that people intact. You don't have to pick up the phone and talk to people, but you can actually communicate through social media, which we love, and we do have a private room on that. So again, Tuesday night, learn about that through Chris Smith. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So we do have a system here, guys, to create a part-time or full-time income from the comfort of your home. So quick question, what would an additional $10 to $200 a day mean to you and your family? We actually had, I believe it's Marlene Copeland. on my Facebook today. She says, hey, I just made like 100 and something today. She tagged me. Let's go take a look. This is live stuff, so I'm not, these aren't screenshots. Just going to go head over to my Facebook real quick. If you come down here, you'll see Marlene Clopen made like a $100 profit and some change. By the way, I just posted this. My bank gives me like 0.01%. PayPal actually pays me 1% for spending money, so I'll stick with PayPal. So she made a $160 profit, in 4 days while getting ready to feed the kiddos for 4 days. Cha-ching, $160 profits. Nice. EDS rocks. Thank you, Cesar and Katie. So congratulations, Marlene. That was 4 hours ago. She just posted that, so we're super proud of you. So what that is really up to you guys. How about targeted leads actually want to talk to you? I come from an internet marketing background. Before that, as I mentioned, I was a computer nerd, engineer, so I didn't really know how to talk to people. So internet marketing was actually a better method of communication for me, as actually a lot of people. I found a lot of people aren't really keen on their marketing skills offline, like that traditional door knocking or car sales, or that's your traditional salesman. And so I like internet marketing because you actually get to leverage social media, Facebook, and cool things like tagging people, like, hey, I just made a profit today, and then your friends start asking you, well, what are you doing to make that profit? Because I've been looking at you the last 6 years, and you've been in a gazillion multiple opportunities, and you haven't made any money. But you've been consistent with this one. What are you doing? Some of you can relate to that. What would that be worth to you? You're going to discover how to make this a reality with our eBay system. So family is our number one priority, guys. As a matter of fact, as you can see, John and a lot of folks on here, having a family isn't a requirement, but some of you all come from a family that you care, hopefully, and we want to make sure you spend more time with them. So that's our priority. This is the foundation of why we built the system with my wife and myself, because we wanted to be home with our kids. So that was our why. Okay, you got to know what that why is for you. I don't know what that is, for you, but you know that better than anybody else. And the best way to know what your why is that first thought that comes into your mind without second guessing it. Write it down. That's your intuition. Write that down, and that would be the reason why you want to do something different. Okay. You got to get rid of Debbie Downers, guys. I typically mention that I used to work with a bunch of great people. The problem is these great people have the same inclination of talking about negative about somebody or something at work or something on TV or something on the news. I like hanging out with like-minded people. And so you don't really find that in a traditional business, not even corporate, unfortunately. And so I got an email today from a gal that says, hey, I really appreciate you guys for posting up the personal development section in the back office. And we have lots of audios and videos to really get your mindset straight to what's important. I call it the $1 million session. And it's really what allowed me and my wife to create a really strong foundation. If you guys are, religious folks and raised the way we were, it's good. I think it's good, but I believe converting that biblical terminology into today's world communication, so we can all understand it, helps as well. And I believe personal development actually thrives from that, from the good book. Depending on what religion you are, it doesn't really matter. But if you're spiritual or whatever the case is, I say you start to hang out with better people that want to move you forward in life. And so we'll leave it there. We all have somebody in our family that actually affects us mindset wise on why we can't do something, why we want to change, and it's funny how it works. But trust me, when you start making money, you become the change, and you watch what everybody else is doing, start to want to know what you're doing, and you start to attract them into your life. So how much is your time worth? Guys, dollar is actually just a fiat currency, meaning it's not backed up by anything since President Nixon. So there's no real value to a dollar. What really matters is where do you live right now, and where do you want to be in the next 5 years, and can you get there with a job? Typically, my answer was no, because I was living paycheck to paycheck. So I changed that lifestyle and mindset by simply creating a system here, not just for me to succeed, but for everybody else. So a traditional business owner would do this. They would sell you a training course. Let's just take college, for example. Okay, you go to college, right? There's no opportunity for entrepreneurs to make a referral fee for getting you to go to college for whatever degree. No, you have to pay 100% a fee to the college. They keep the money, and then we don't know where the money goes to. But I decided to say, okay, I'm going to create, an unaccredited, because we're not a college, but I'm going to create a training center here to teach people how to be successful from home. And then as a student, you become part of the marketing force so that my wife and I don't have to pay out to advertising. We rather pay out to you because you're having success, just like Chris Smith is. And we just have John Durlin on the line because he's having success. That's called duplication. Why wouldn't we want to pay you guys out for creating what we love to call residual income? So why was EDS started? The concept was started because my wife was looking for something to do that didn't involve pressure sales, like I mentioned earlier, and she wanted to retire as a first grade teacher. God bless her, man. She was really into this, in it for helping the kids out. She was passionate about teaching. Unfortunately, what she was teaching, she could no longer believe it, and that's why she pulled away. If you guys really study what's been going on, at least in the United States, one of the richest families in the world, in the United States, named the Rockefellers, developed the school systems not for you to succeed, but for you to become dependent on somebody else's dream. And they'll take my word for it. Go look up a book called The Conspiracy of the Rich. If you're taking notes, write this down. Search a video called Are You a Connector? And someone actually broke it down really nice in that video. We actually have it in the back office. I rebranded the video calling it, what did I name it? I called it The World Has Changed, Have You? And so if you want to write that title down, you can search that with my name. You'll find it. And I use that video, and it's getting a lot of traction. A lot of people are understanding now what's going on in our current economy. Why things aren't working? As a matter of fact, I just got off the phone with a good friend of mine. I call him like my little brother because he was a single child to a family I used to live at college, the Matthews. And so I got off the phone with Christopher because his mom reached out to me and says, "Hey, Christopher's not doing so well. Can you call him and inspire him a little bit?" And so I'm probably not the best person to tell him to go to college because I went to college and I was living with the family for a whole year. They took me in as a roommate, and I'm grateful for them. But what I saw what was going on was a bigger picture. I wanted to leave something behind, and again, this is not for everybody, but I wanted to leave something behind as a legacy of training people and creating thousandaires so that you can have your time freedom. Because to me, time freedom is the number one priority to anything else you do. And so I called Christopher, and we're chatting, and I said, what do you love to do, man? What's your passion? Because I understand that you're no longer going to college. And he's like, "Man, Cesar, I saw that video that you sent me, and it clicked." He's like, he's like 22 years old. He's like, "That video that you sent me, Are You a Connector?" It resonated with me because I just couldn't see myself going to college and get a job. I mean, like 80% of the people that graduate from college don't do what they study. That's kind of scary. And so having our next generation understand that, guys, I'm just one guy trying to make a change in the world, and it's going to take a lot more than me to try to inspire millions and millions of people. And so outside of our box here on this webinar, there's a lot of people out there that are hurting, and that's because the world does not reward people that are dreamers inside of a school system. Does that make sense? My wife today, she just got one of her teachers of the kids actually told my wife, she says, "Hey, your son's been daydreaming," and that's probably my fault because I was the same way when I was going to school. I was a daydreamer, and look what it led me to. It led me to become a successful work-at-home entrepreneur, creating a six-figure income. Super excited, right? And I've created a lot of thousandaires because of that duplication. So think about this. I love all my teachers that got me to where I'm at today, especially when they told me I wasn't good enough, okay? Especially when they told me my grades weren't good enough. Even the economy, the government told me that my FICO score wasn't good enough. I lost my house back in 2008. All that was because I was psychologically unemployable. Some of you can relate to that, right? I decided to put my ego aside, and that house investment that I purchased was a bad investment. Okay? The economy dropped, and $400,000 down to $100,000 in value. Any smart person would let their ego go aside. I was so underwater, as amongst all my neighbors were, that it didn't financially make sense to keep it. And so to let, I was, and by the way, I was raised very conservative, so this was a hard decision, but I walked away. And I walked away with pride to myself and my wife because we had our health, and that's all that mattered. So if you guys really understand the system of why this is developed, I think you'll appreciate why we created it. So here's the drop shipping concept, guys. Okay, you start here on number 1, and it's really, really, really simple to explain. So I'm just gonna put my mouse over it. Okay, you're gonna list an item, really simple, right? You're gonna take that item from one location and drop it onto eBay, image, description, and all that good stuff. And you're gonna even optimize the title. And then as you list it over on eBay, you're going to list it as a buy it now or best offer. And the reason we do it buy it now is because we want the item to sell. We don't want to do an auction, like a 7-day auction, because eBay actually told us it's faster. The buyer pays you the money. You have cash in your account. Now, buyer pays for the item directly to you plus shipping and handling fees. You don't have to worry about that. If you have a brand new account or you've never sold on eBay, we recommend that you start selling. We have actually a training in the back office teaching you how to sell physical goods out of your home, or even just from like a local garage sale, whatever, just to get some cash in your account, because eBay will hold your fees for the first 90 days until you're an established seller, so they can trust you. Because what happened about 3 years ago is people were drop shipping like we're doing, but they were doing it from China, and they thought that they were real items, like real iPods, and actually turned out to be fake iPods, knockoffs, and the customers were mad. So eBay got stuck with the fees, and they started creating what's called limitations. So that's, keep in mind, if you have an old account from the 90s, I'd say 4 or 5 plus before, years before, so anywhere between like 1990s when they started to 2007 or so, 2008, and you sold at least 2 or 3 items, you should be okay to use that old account. And then you take that money, okay, once you receive the item, and you ship the item to the customer. And you never actually physically buy the item until it sells through this model here. Okay, and then you ship it over to the buyer, and they're good to go. Now, I recently got contacted by a drop shipping source and saying, hey, I noticed you've been drop shipping from Amazon, which is one of our sites that we use. How would you like to get an account through us and ship through us, and we're actually a little bit cheaper? So that may be a source that I may give to the team. I don't know yet. I haven't tested it out. I don't like to give things out until I've actually tested them myself, and if they work, and then we'll apply it. So that's to keep in mind, guys. I'm not greedy. Honestly, I'm so busy training and developing systems and coaching. I just flew back in from New York coaching over 200 people on this model. And the simple sentence that I shared was this. Most of you are in this room have tried a home-based business, and about 90% of the room raised their hand. I said, how many of you have ever made money without really recruiting somebody from home? And everybody put their hands down. And that's true. Unless you're recruiting in a typical multi-level marketing company, you are not making an income. Okay, and that's a legitimate network marketing business or multi-level, like an Amway or Mary Kay or any of the older companies like Prepaid Legal. Okay, you gotta move service, you gotta have buyers, you gotta sell service for somebody to buy. The beautiful thing about eBay is they do all the marketing for you. This is where the aha moment came for me. Okay, they draw the traffic for you. You don't have to go look for new blood every single day. And then all you have to do is put the product there. And so when I was shown this concept, okay, it took too long to get to 1,000 items. And that's what it required when I was looking at this to make a full-time income on the Amazon side. Now, we also have overstock, which actually requires less items to be posted and higher profits. We have a guy on the team named Timothy who's cranking about $20, $30 profits on just Amazon items. So congratulations, Timothy. And thank you, Paul, for supporting him as well. Paul's client's been giving a lot back to the team, as well as Sean. So we have a lot of sharp people here making high profits that have really found a niche. Okay, so here's the cool thing, guys. Most people ask me, what's the difference between you and, let's just take DSD, for example, and I hate to compare myself to other companies because I honestly never look at another company to try to compare myself to. We've been doing this for close to 2 years now. I developed a software for it the first time around for Amazon. Now we developed one for Overstock. I showed that off last week, and basically what that does is just takes items in quantities and really just imports them into your store a lot faster. And that's the idea. You want to take a lot of items and move them into your store faster so they can sell, because the more hooks that you have in the water, the faster they sell. And so that's really what sets us apart, guys. We're not a $20 deal, okay? We're currently listed at $397 for training and the software, all for the first month. And then to stay active with us, $97 a month to continue making money with us. So we have what we like to call a dual payout system, and you'll see that here in a second. Why this model works is it's perfect for shy people. Copy and pasting leads to sales, and cha-ching sounds on our iPhones. The more you list, the more you make. And let me see if I can do this. All right, there you go. Little cha-ching sounds there. I like to hit those sounds. So someone asked me, well, how do I turn off the cha-ching sounds today? They asked me this on an email. If I'm at work, I don't want to let anybody know I'm running a secret business from home making money. By the way, it's a good problem to have. You can turn off your sounds on your phone, just like on an iPhone, it's the top left there. Just put that into red, and then if you're on an Android, just move it all the way down. That shouldn't be an issue. But every time you hear a cha-ching sound, that's eBay's app telling you that you just made a sale, and so you take that person's money and you ship it to them. Pretty cool profits, right? So if you love internet marketing, guys, this is our system here. We like to teach you marketing. And so we have a lot of marketing courses in the back already done by ourselves, myself, and some of the students on what's working for them and how to get traffic so that you can build a team. One of the biggest differences between what we do, and let's just take, again, DSD, for example, is that they are multi-level. For some folks, they like that. PayPal does not like that. And so the intention and the more the focus is, let's teach you how to go recruit and build a tier system, right? A big tier system. So there's less bandwidth, that makes sense, for teaching you how to market on, rather how to sell on eBay, because the focus now becomes, well, let's become a good recruiter and let's make our money there. And so where our focus on, and obviously we have some legitimate tools and training, guys, that people get really excited about, and that's why we have such a successful organization. We teach how to market on Craigslist, Facebook, email campaigns for traffic and sales. Our system includes foundational training on internet marketing. So myths about eBay sales: you must be an expert, need physical products, must know internet marketing, only cheap price products sell. Not true, and I think you guys kind of got the glimpse of that. And some challenges others are facing is that they have lack of marketing funds. I told you that eBay does all the marketing for you, so you don't have to worry about getting traffic to your items. Talking to unqualified prospects, very, very true. Matter of fact, I've got more quality prospects that want to come do what we do than I have me trying to chase after them. So you want to become the hunted, this is by far the best system, and I've been doing this a long time, guys, a lot of different businesses, the best system of people wanting to come and talk to you. And it's not just me saying that. I mean, we got folks coming and talking to a lot of the other leaders, because a lot of folks think, oh, you're successful because you're running the system, Cesar. That's not true. There is some truth to that, but it's not 100% true, because other folks say, it sounds like you're too busy, Cesar, which I am, so can you point me in the right direction to somebody that can coach me? And I said, well, let me ask you this. How much hand-holding do you typically ask for in businesses? Well, I just need enough to get going. Can you lead me in the right direction? Yeah, I'll teach you exactly what we need to do. You're going to complete modules Fast Start, modules 1 through module 2A, and then you're going to show me your 5 listings. That's our system, guys. 5 listings that you do by hand, and then we're going to move on to the scrapers, which allow you to scale up your business. There's no system out there that makes you money without recruiting. We talked about that. To me, this is the most exciting part. Missing a coach or a mentor, which, as you guys can tell, we have a lot of great people in coaching here, and missing a community of servant leaders to engage. You know, guys, I've created this system to be about folks having a mindset of serving other people, because they're not all in it for recruiting. They're in it for making money on eBay. I've never seen such quality group of leaders supporting each other and helping each other out on how to scale up their business on their eBay side. And that's where it gets really exciting. So welcome to our system. We are the elite dropshippers. Okay, who's the system good for? Created for the struggling internet or network marketer, part-timers, looking to build our residual income on the back. We have a 2-tier referral system to behave like good people and be good with PayPal. And stay-at-home moms and dads, college students, people looking for that team support, a feeder system that can attach to anything because we're not multi-level. And so for folks that don't know what theater is, it means that, hey, if you can help somebody make money right here, right? You can make them make money right here. They'll join you in anything that you do because you just help them make money. Most leaders that I've been a part of in the past, which I respect a lot of them out there because they've helped me grow where I'm at today as far as mindset. They've never really, they're not in a position to really help me build a team. Okay, it's hard to explain, but when you're building a team and you're in it for yourself, you can really see it from a mile away of the true people that are that way. You know, does that make sense? So, secret tips: we optimize titles using in-house software. Use custom software developed in-house to save time. Yeah, I've invested tens of thousands of dollars, guys, for scrapers, title optimizers. We just released our second one, which we haven't actually put out. It's in beta. Our second title optimizer to help people optimize their titles, because that really is what makes you different. Okay. eBay does all the product traffic marketing for you, which, again, I love that. And the system we created is like no other that people love. And no need to talk to friends and family unless you actually care about them. So the training center, okay, guys, this is what it looks like. Again, you can complete the Fast Start section, which is right here. And then Amazon dropshipping. When you click inside there, there's going to be modules 1 through 2A. If you want to find out how Katie is able to generate just on the back end on the student side a multiple 4-figure income a month, then you can look at what's called the FB marketing, FB group marketing right there. And if you want to learn how to do Craigslist marketing, that's where I come in. As a matter of fact, I got to update this because Craigslist just recently changed some of their behaviors. And if you want to learn how to create survey leads, this is a good section right there. This is the marketing side. And then Safe List Marketing put on by Richie, something that I'm not really familiar with. This is a great way to build an interesting group of marketers. And so if you're already in internet marketing, you have something to provide and give back, you can create a training right here and help us grow that section. We have mobile apps here that can help your business. We have the Overstock Dropship training, eBay FAQs, what happens when you run into a certain scenario, what do you actually tell the customer? And so this is a beautiful place to check for that answer. You can copy and paste it, which has helped me 100% of the time when I get stuck. And then you want to show your sponsor 5 listings to approve and proceed to the scraper prior to moving forward. I think after 5 listings, you'll get the wing of it, and your store is starting to grow. And again, depending on your full-time income or part-time income, that goal, we can get you there by a certain number of averages that we've seen over the last couple of years. Okay, so marketing system. We've created this, guys. As a matter of fact, this system was put together so you guys can generate leads. Some of you got an email today from that system that you filled out before, and that system gets emailed by myself on the behalf of the members. And so I do marketing for the members where, like Brian just recently stated earlier yesterday, or maybe it was last week, he says, are you going to email my leads? And the answer is yes. I email everybody leads on your behalf, so it has your name, and so it's all coded to you so that you can get them to the webinar. Really, I got them to the webinar, but it was your behalf. And so there's that leverage. You guys are leveraging me for my time, so you guys don't have to do that. You guys are at a job or you're busy. As long as you're building leads and driving traffic to your page, those people will show up, and you have the opportunity to get back to them. So we have a lot of leverage here and help each other out, and we're a team. We use the Skype room, guys. We are live 24/7 and no distractions. And I used to say, stay away from Facebook, but they twisted my arm. A lot of good people love Facebook. We've had some issues with Skype, again, as I mentioned earlier in the webinar, where sometimes we add somebody and they can't see the room or it's not updating on time, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And so we're now supporting folks on Skype, and I'm also active on Facebook, which frankly I think you can actually get hold of me faster on Facebook because I'm always on Facebook on my mobile, not always on Skype because I'm not in front of a computer all the time. So sneak peek at our scraping tools, guys. This is our first one. As a matter of fact, I like to show this off in live in a live presentation. So let me log in, show you how that works. This was our first baby here. And when I log in here, any questions thus far? Yep. So thanks for answering the question to Felipe and Kellen there. All right. So folks ask all the time, what do you list? So let's take a look here. Go over to Amazon. Then we'll go to eBay. Move this guy out of the way there. All right. So if I was to head over to Amazon and it's still loading here. So while Amazon's still loading, I'll work on eBay. And let me pick a seller here called Sales Freak Fan. Let's see what he sold in the last 7 days, right? So we'll do 200 listings. Show me what he sold. Some of these are red are the ones that he didn't sell. I don't really care what he didn't sell. I just want to see what he sold. So I'm going to check off over here, sold listings. And notice that anything that's in green is all checked off, and this is what he sold. So here's the fifth. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and so on. Okay, that was yesterday, guys. Today's the 6th, and I'm just showing you what he sold. And notice that it's a white background. So it doesn't really matter what item it is. They're all white backgrounds. Okay. Let's just take this beautiful heart here because it's Valentine's Day around the corner. And I'm just going to highlight the title and show you how simple it is. I'm going to find the exact item over here by searching the title at Amazon. And if we look at the image, it's a heart with a candle. I want to say it's this one. Chances are it possibly sold out, so I'm just going to pull the next one down here. Let's take this clock here. Interesting enough, he's selling open box items, which I have not seen him do that before. Okay, here we go. This clock here is $29.99. How much did he sell it for? He sold it for $53.46. And it's an open box one. Okay, so he probably sold a used one. For $11.63, right? Or rather, $11.68. He sold it for $11.68, and because he did open box, he made a $53 profit. Does that make you guys sick? I'm just curious. So that was a high profit. That was just one item. Okay, that was done yesterday. Again, I could go over here and do the same thing with this guy, open box. He might have found a niche. He's selling open box stuff. Okay, so this guy here is $99.95. Okay, there's no used stuff there, so I'm not sure if this is the same item. It's $88.84. Possibly not the same item. Okay, they're probably out of the open boxes. I don't know, but just by looking at that, it doesn't compare. Let me look at the mud pie. Look at the next one over. Mud pie baby girls. All right. So this in here is going for 25. When there's a range like that, it's because there's a size, right? So variations. If we look at this says 0 to 6 months, so he chose 0 to 6 months right there. This sells for $27.95, and it's $3 shipping. And he sold it for $82.34. My goodness, someone got spanked. Okay, if you wanted to get an idea of how this works, okay, you notice that this guy is all he's doing. This is just one example. He's taking items from Amazon, selling on eBay, and they're selling. You saw he just sold a bunch of them yesterday, right? And people are doing this all day long. He's not the only one. There's other people doing it. The problem is doing it by hand takes forever. And so our first scraper that we will show off right here is called the keyword scraper. Okay, and this is good for Amazon for Windows or File Exchange. And if I go over to keyword scraper for Triple Lister or File Exchange, I'll do File Exchange. My Triple Lister is kind of funky on this computer. Okay, and then what we're going to do is import the email. We're going to search for an item called porcelain flying saucers. Okay, I'm going to take out everything else but the porcelain flying saucers. No brand, just the 3 keywords right there. And then I want to look for items that are in the range of $25. How much was this one? Where'd you go? Right here. So this guy is $14.34. So if I look for a range of $5 all the way up to, let's just do $80. Profit after fees. How much did he make on that guy? So it's $14.34. And it was $8.28 is what it discounted at. So if you look at the item itself, you'll notice that currently it's $8.28. That's the red price is the discounted price, and it's $14.99 at the list price. Now, some things to note is that this scraper here only pulls prime items. I actually got when I developed the software, I didn't want anything that wasn't prime out of Amazon. I wanted free shipping, and so that's what this item will give me. It'll give me all prime items as long as they're in stock, and then profit after fees, how much you want to make in case a best offer. I'm going to do I'll do $4 here, and then I'll do $8 here. So if it sells, I'll make an $8 profit, okay, on all these items. And if it doesn't sell at that price and I get a best offer, I want to make at least $4. And then how much you want to? Let's just do 50 items. I don't know if it has that many in there, but chances are maybe it does. If you're a brand new member, you'll do a stock quantity of 1, and give me all the items that have porcelain flying saucer. And let's take a look at what we have. And the file looks kind of small, so that might not be a good name. Let's do without flying. Let's see what happens. Maybe that's not a good name here. Let's see what this looks like. So here we go. You'll notice that the first item right here at the top under title, it says Gracie China Rose 8-ounce porcelain teacup and saucer set of 4. If you're curious what that looks like, it's under pick URL. You can just copy that, and I'll show you. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I have no idea, where in Amazon it's pulling it from, because what the keyword does, it just pulls these keywords in a keyword search, and it just gives you a bunch of items in one shot. Okay. And notice that there's different versions of it here. This one here is a Gracie China Vintage Green Rose Porcelain 7-ounce teacup. Next one is Talking Tables for Party Porcelain Gold 8-pack saucer crackers. So if you're curious to see what that looks like, again, you can go to the image and then copy that image. And there it is. Okay, so that's that image there. And that's called a keyword scraper. So, and then what you do, the next step, really, is you take our title tool and you find out what's the best keywords for that particular title. So if you look at porcelain tea for 1 stack teapot cup, right there, if I just take that teapot cup and I want to look for other keywords, you head over here to our tool at the top called titles, click on that bad boy and paste it in there, and look what shows up right here. So it's going to be the home and garden department. Okay, that's the item number right there. Here's the keywords that I searched for, teapot, and then set seems to be another common keyword. So if that set word is not in there, we want to make sure it is, and it's not, so I would add the word set in there. And I like to take out the keywords like Gracie China. You can do China, but Gracie seems like to be a brand. So we remove brands and we remove model numbers from the item, because people typically look for that. So you got cup, teapot, new. You'll see here these are popular keywords. earthenware, which seems to be a brand. Okay, pottery, cups, floor, sticks, England, glass, infuser, made. And then, if you're curious to see what other keywords are in there, you can go over to click on kitchen. That might be the kitchen department. Let's click on teapots. Pottery glass, there we go. Pottery glass and China, dinaware. Okay, notice that the keywords just changed to add sugars, saucers, rose. Okay. Then we go down to hall. There's other words here, hall, China, green, blue. You get the idea. These are all public keywords by the length of the keyword there. Might as well show off the new title scraper tool that I'm building, if I can get to it. And I actually don't have a link ready, so I won't be able to do it. But there's other tools that we'll be using to help you guys with the titles. Once the titles are done, you're ready to import this file. Okay. Categories, it's all from the same category, so I just showed you what category we're in. Let's use this one right here, 11573. We'll paste it in there, then double click on the bottom right, and it populates all these saucers. And some of these, like that one for example, I'm going to go ahead and remove that. They don't have an image. I think that was the only one. Yeah, that was the only one. That one appears to be a double. So we'll go ahead and remove that guy. Okay, and notice that I did a price range between $5 and $80. So these prices on here are not the prices that you'll see over on Amazon, but they're the prices after you input your profit, how much you want to make, number one. And number two is after eBay and PayPal fees, what is your profit? And that's the idea. We always want to double check our profit. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quick. We use a couple calculators, but New Life Auctions just happens to be one of them. It's really easy to use. Okay, so let's just take our first item as an example. Okay, let's head over to our file. This is hidden back here. Our first item, if you double click on the description, we always put the ASIN number at the bottom so you know how to get there. All right, and then I'm going to head over to Amazon. If you don't understand half of this, it's okay, it's in the training. But I just want to show you guys how we find our items in here. Okay, so here's one of the items that we pulled. It's $31.28. That's the current price, right? So I'm going to take $31.28. That's what it's going to cost me to buy from Amazon. And that's going to be our item cost. And $31.28. I have a premium store now, so let's go to premium. Okay, and depending on the store type, it's what discount it gives you. And then the buy it now price is what we have it listed for. That's in our file. So we have it listed for $46.97. You take $46.97, put in the buy it now, and you'll notice that I checked everything off of OK. I want to make sure. We're on the fixed price auction. Sorry about that. Not an auction, we're on fixed price. Okay. You'll notice that it's at $9.80 after eBay and PayPal fees. And so I probably didn't have it set to a store, so you'll see it's less. If you don't have a store, notice that my profit right here, the net profit, goes from $9.33. Look what happens when I move to a premium store, to $9.80. So I make more of a profit if I have a store. So we recommend everybody that gets started to start up a store. It's like $15, $16 to have a basic store. If you have limits in your account, like 10 limits, then you probably want to hold off on the store until you increase those limits to at least 150 plus, because they give you 150 for free to list. So basic store would be the best way to start. And that's really what the scraper does. You know, instead of you having to calculate what I just did here per item, obviously we always recommend you double check your prices, because some of these may not have a discounted price. And if it doesn't have a discounted price like this, then it can throw off the pricing on the scraper. So that is really the intention, is to save you time and list more items up. And then, of course, you want to optimize your titles. There's 49 items here, that I pulled out from that one click. Pretty awesome, right? And a lot of other a lot of other options that we have here is that you can actually head over and use Overstock. If we head over to Overstock, right inside here, there's a whole training on that and how to use a scraper. Teach you how to go list an item on Overstock, finding the Overstock items, and then processing a sale on Overstock, and then using the scraper. If I was to do Overstock, I've never done this before, so I'll just do it on the webinar here really quick. We have the same thing, a file exchange or turbo lister. Okay, we have a basic store, premium store right there, female. Okay, logo image, which we actually removed that because of certain reasons. CR, and then profit after fees. We can do let's do a $10 profit after fees, and then best offer price. Let's do 5. The best offer stock quantity. We'll do 1, and then I want the items out of the home improvement department. Number of items to get is let's see, 1, and then price range of 32. Let's do 100. So right now it's going to pull items out of the home improvement department out of Overstock, and it's going to get it to me in the file. So let's go ahead and scrape those at that price range. Click on that file. We'll open that up. And notice it pulled from that range a few items here. One's the organized living freedom rail, granite over the door. If you want to see what that looks like, again, here's the image right there. That's home improvement department, so that makes sense. Okay. I want to see what the next item is. Full motion deal. That one's for like a TV, for LCDs, and then the other one's a fan. Let's see what that is there. I'll paste that guy. And then there's the fan. So a lot of different options of tools here that you guys have a full suite of. I went kind of fast because we can only cover so much in an hour, but I wanted you guys to really get the scope of what we do and the tools that really sets it apart for the competitors, because listing those items up is easy. What takes the time is really understanding how to list them, how to organize your titles, because we never copy each other's titles as a team. We don't copy each other's items, as a matter of fact, but we want you to understand, stick within what's selling from best sellers, from these top sellers guys, because if you start experimenting, there's a chance that you can't get your eBay account shut down, which we've had people think that they were smarter than the system and start doing it that way. They don't understand why they do it. They don't listen, but you can't get slapped and you can't get your account shut down if you start listing the wrong items. So it's important that you guys get coached, and that is really our intention here today, is for you guys to understand our tools. So another tool that we didn't talk about tonight, but this is called the multi-scraper. Instead of just getting random items out of the store, you can actually go after physical items that we're selling. Turbo Lister is a tool by eBay, and then we just format our files to go work with that tool. Same thing with file exchange. So our model is pretty simple, guys. We also pay you, okay, not the eBay profits. Someone asked me, how much do I have to pay you out of the eBay profits? You don't have to pay us anything. That's your profits. Okay, we want you guys to make money and be happy, making full-time income, which we have plenty of people doing that just with the eBay side. But this is an additional plus. If you want to participate, you can. And there's no additional cost. You automatically become an affiliate of ours by being one of our students. So because we're not multi-level, we are an affiliate program. Okay, I used to sell Craigslist training with the same method, 50% commissions. The difference is here, I get to pay up to 2 levels. So, you know, if you bring in Jeff, then I will pay you 50%. If Jeff brings in Kim, he gets 50%, but you get 10% because most likely Jeff is still brand new and you're going to spend some time with both Jeff and Kim, which we like that model. And that's about the extent of our pay plan, because we don't want to break any rules with PayPal. We use PayPal as a funding source, and we love that because PayPal owns eBay. eBay is our training center system, and so why not keep it all there? So we're coaching 25 people this week, guys. Immediate steps to take action. You want to email the coach who invited you, but be the first to say, I'm in, I'm ready, this makes sense, and let them, ask for the survey link. If you're ready to get started right away, just say, hey, give me your link to get started. I'm ready to do this. This makes sense. And you guys met John. John, thank you again for coming out and hanging out with us. We got Greg Roberts from Houston, Texas, having success. He's following the system, staying consistent with change. He's also got a little team growing there, so congratulations, Greg. Chris Harris and 80 from out there from Texas. They're doing some great big things. They've actually made one of the top positions in the model of sponsoring. If you go to Facebook and head over to our group page, webinar. I think this is our events page. You'll notice that here's our leadership board for the month. Okay, we paid out over $30,000 yesterday to all the members, which we're super excited. Guys, when you're in a position to pay out people that amount of money, it gets pretty exciting. Okay, the fact that Katie Vega being number one for the last few months, Chris Smith is right on her tail, came close to being number one. So be careful, Katie. He's on to you. JC Hernandez, number 3. Sean Muller, good job, Sean. Number 4. Don, number 5. McIntyre. Chris, there's Chris in 80 areas. Number 6. I believe that's the first time they've actually ranked, so congratulations. I'm proud of them, super proud of them. Nicole Acosta, number 7. Marlene Coppola, number 8. Brian Parusha, number 9. And a lot of new heads here: Greg Roberts, Barbara Asante, Esperanza Adams, which is my realtor, Chris Kemmer, and Brandon Wellington. And Brandon and I got to hang out there in New York last weekend. It's pretty cool, guys. Imagine this. I want you guys that are sitting here watching this for the first time. Picture this. Close your eyes and then take a deep breath and just say, if money was not an issue, what would I be doing with my time right now? Okay. If I didn't have to, let's paint it this way. If you didn't have to go to work tomorrow morning to a job that you may or may not like, because some people actually like the job, but let's just say, for all intents and purposes of building a dream, if you didn't have to go tomorrow to work, okay, and you have the ability to do this anywhere in the world with a laptop, where would that place be? Okay, so ponder that tonight. Okay, if you're ready to rock and roll with us, I'm super excited to be seeing the system grow and have it create some thousandaires here in our system. I'm super excited, guys. I've never in my life, and all the things I've touched, being able to bless so many people and their families. And this is a system that's really allowing folks to do what they want to do. So let's wrap it up with this. JC, firefighter on the team. I appreciate you, JC. There's a crazy picture there. The Groovin' Cuban calls himself. And, you guys may or may not have heard of the story, but JC was one of those guys when I started building his team. I called JC and I left him 2 or 3 messages. By the third message, I said, okay, the third call and you're out. Okay, I like baseball. So if you don't call me back with interest after you saw what we did, then the fact is you're pretty much just you're setting everything else aside. Your priorities aren't straight, in my opinion, because you filled out something that you had interest in, but you're not taking action. And so I left a message on JC and I said, hey, JC, this is the last message. I'm going to call you back, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and delete you off the list because you wanted to do something today and you're not doing it, and I wish you the best. He called me back right away, and don't talk to a Cuban like that. He got firm with me. He said, man, I've just been busy. Something came up. And frankly, guys, I know we all have lives that we have to attend to. Okay, I got 3 boys that I'd rather be hanging out with right now, but they appreciate Dad spending his time with them the rest of the week. 1 hour of my day on Thursday to be with them for the rest of the week and hang out with them. I don't mind hanging out with you guys to see you guys change, and that's exactly what JC has done. He no longer has to cash advance anymore, guys. I think that's a pretty big deal. Okay, John Durlin just earlier talked about paying off his credit cards. You all have something that you can serve right now. If you don't want to pay off your debt or it's already paid off, maybe it's just to be extra income for a buddy like my little bro, Christopher Massey, okay, that was looking for something to do. And, I love to give back and seeing the next generation, take this seriously, helping people out that are struggling, right? Katie Vega, if it wasn't for JC coming on board, we wouldn't have been introduced to Katie. She has given a lot back to the team. She's helped us reorganize the back office. She's always a sharp internet marketer working on other projects aside from what we're doing, and she's excited about giving back where she can here now. And I'm glad she was able to create a full-time income here and focus on the things that she's passionate about. That's always important, guys, because ultimately, I want to see you guys succeed. I'm not a corporate guy that wants to hold you down and say, hey, this is the way it is, this is the way it's got to be. I want you to be free thinking, because I saw what my dad went through 30 years at Hewlett Packard, getting laid off, and constantly focused on how things used to be at Hewlett Packard, right? He's back there now, after going through some reorganization, he was able to get hired back on. But that lifestyle, guys, wasn't for me. Okay? I woke up fortunately early in my life, and I didn't want to work for corporate. I didn't want to be told what to when to get up, when to take a pee, when to use the phone, and when to when to hang out with my wife, and when to do the naughty things we like to do during the day. Oh yeah, baby. So those are the life moments, guys. And I'm blunt and honest that there is no price that you can put, because when you tell your wife or your spouse that you're going to marry them, okay, that is important, right? Break free. If you're single, guys, maybe you don't appreciate this yet, but one of the major problems that we have in this world is the divorce ratio is super high, up to 50%. And my honest opinion is, look at this. Look, if you were self-improved mentally, both of you were, which my wife and I did. And I told my wife, if you don't plug in personal development, sweetie, I'm probably going to outgrow you, and we may not see the world anymore the same way. And unfortunately, she plugged in and got personally developed by a book called, if you're taking notes down, this is a book that changed our lives, called The Flat Edge. Listen to that book. We have the audio available. I still got to put it in the back office because it's a big part of audio. But that's really what kept our relationship together, guys. More importantly than finances, more importantly than anything else material-wise, was personal growth. And then we set our priorities straight, what we want in our lives. So the final steps to cashing your PayPal, guys. When you got cash in your PayPal, you either want to quit your job like I did. When I was building EDS, our second turnaround, because what we used to do is we used to use a multi-level marketing company or like a money program, which I didn't think it was a money program, but it was working quite well, that I just believed in it. When that got shut down, it forced me to kind of reorganize and rethink how the system should be built. And I came up with this idea of doing, an affiliate program instead of just being attached to anything else. So it's a standalone affiliate program, worked quite well. I needed funding. I needed to find money quick because I wanted to build the tools for you guys to be successful. And the first tool was very cool, but then there was more people asking me, hey, can you do this, can you do that? And I was out of funds, okay? I wasn't going to ask for people for money. So I got a temporary, I like to call it a temporary setback. I got a job, which a lot of people don't know about, but I had found something on Craigslist that kind of resonated. If people were entrepreneurs, and so I figured, hey, why not? The problem was they weren't the traditional entrepreneurs that I like to hang out with, which are the ones with the right mindset. They were the corporate entrepreneurs that were more hungry about how to fulfill their pockets, not so much take care of me and my family. We bought a brand new house, guys. Okay, I told you guys I lost everything back in 08. We for 2 years we lived in a box, literally in the mountains. It went from a 3,000 square foot home down to 800 square feet with 3 boys. Now imagine how hard that is. Okay, walls as thin as it can be. Intimate moments are not so exciting anymore because you can hear your voice. And it was a rough time, guys. And so while I was building my EDS business or eBay business, my wife says, you got to retire me. I'm not coming home this year. Right? I'm not going to work next year, so you got to retire me within 6 months. You've been playing around with internet stuff too long. And so I need something consistent, and I need something long-term. And unfortunately, when we started this team, it wasn't the appropriate model because I was still testing out what's going to work. It wasn't until I actually built out the affiliate program back in August that I decided to say, hey, this is going to work. Our first month we did 15,000 in 3 days, launching that model. Second month we did 17,000. The following month we did 20,000, and it hasn't been that bad ever since. And get this. PayPal calls me and says, we got a problem here. I said, what's the problem? He says, well, we've never seen this kind of activity on your account. What's going on? And so, shamefully enough, I didn't want to tell them that we were multi-level before using multi-level type of model with another program. And so I just said, hey, we're now shifting our model to work more of an affiliate program. And that's why we're seeing the income increase. So they said, well, great. You guys don't have any chargebacks anymore. I mean, you guys are really stable. Whatever you're doing is working. I said, well, we're not throwing people into a multi-level deal. We're actually taking them by the hand and coaching them, making sure they're going through the system and they're making money. Okay, guys. So what happened was that was in August, September, October. So it was around October they called me in PayPal. 3 months later, that was the point where we were looking for a house a little bit bigger, and I actually wanted to buy. And we closed that house in November. So October from November, we found the house after shopping around the area we want to live in. We closed the house on a Tuesday. Let's see. Yeah, we closed the house on a Tuesday. I got laid off from that temporary setback, that job, on a Friday. I remember going in there, and my manager was looking at me and saying, hey, sorry to tell you, we got to lay you off. And I was laughing. Like, why are you laughing? I said, well, you guys don't understand what I was doing at home. He was like, nope. So I made $52,000 in the last 3 months doing a little home-based business project. So I appreciate you guys' severance check for the next month. That's additional money because my wife didn't want me working anymore. So I was super excited, guys. I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life creating a foundation because think about this. You love your job. So let's say you have a job. You love your job, but the problem is they don't love you enough to keep you there for the rest of your life. So you need to have a plan B. I like to think we're the best plan B that's available because we are the servant leaders. Go travel, guys. I don't know what you want to do with your money. Go travel. We're looking at Belize right now, or Costa Rica. It's looking more like Belize. I just came across a guy on Facebook that's talking about this beautiful place in Belize. I got to show off this beautiful spot. Check this out. This is so gorgeous. It's not even funny. So I'm on my Facebook today, and I said, let's see, what did I say? Okay, here we go. Who has a better internet and economy of lifestyle, Belize or Costa Rica? And then this guy, Kim Brown, says, go check out Belize. We just got a property here at the sanctuary. And I'm just like looking at this location. I'm like, I want to be there. I want to take my family there. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, my goodness. Tropical water. And he says there's internet there and everything. So I am keen to go check out this jungle. It's got a 5 ecosystem. And the last time from what I got from him was that you can pick up properties here as little as $5,000, and then they do all the fancy because it's a completely debt-free company. So I'm gonna go check them out. I don't know anything about it. I'm just sharing what I saw today, and I got super excited. Possibly have a second home out here. That'd be super exciting. So I don't know. Again, might have to travel, but I can't do that with the kids in school, so we might have to homeschool them. Does that make sense? So spending more time with your family, guys. This is why I'm doing it. Own your time back. And I know it sounds crazy, like thinking this way, because it's not the way we're conditioned. But I'm telling you, as you educate yourself more, you'll understand that I'm actually thinking normal. We've all been conditioned to think, not for ourselves, but to be told what to do. And so I'm going to let you know it's okay to go take a piss when you want to go take a piss in the bathroom. Okay, you don't have to ask your manager. If he goes crazy, then you make sure you let him know that Cesar told you it's okay. And I want you to make more money than you make at your job, because then you can tell them that you have an eye problem. You don't, quote unquote, see yourself going to work anymore. You want to buy that car or house you've always wanted. That was my dream. I wanted to own a house again, and I was able to qualify for a house. And look at me now. I'm living in the house without a job and paying for itself through our system. Give to your favorite charity. Actually, back up there. I've also paid off a car since being in this program, guys, which is pretty exciting. Give to your favorite charity or start one. Guys, if you want to start a charity, go do that. If you want to, start your own charity, I would recommend you do it out of the kindness of a good heart. Don't do it because of a corporate mentality. I got to say, after watching that video on Netflix, and if you email me if you want to watch that video, I'll let you know what it is. But it has to do why there's so much cancer now in 2014 than there was, a few years back when there wasn't. And here I'm thinking, I used to donate to the Cancer Society thinking I was doing a good thing because I lost 2 aunts of cancer back in 2007. I stopped donating, and I'm so glad I did. And if you don't understand why that is, it was actually started, it's the most wealthiest nonprofit organization I hope you're watching this, Rockefellers, because I don't like you. Started by the Rockefellers. It's $1 billion nonprofit. And why haven't they figured out the problem? Is because in that video they actually say doctors in Western medicine are told not to teach things that are working for people. So any type of sickness, don't look at Western medicine, guys. I hate to be the person that goes against our beautiful country here in the United States, but I've lost a lot of faith and hope for what I've seen happening here in the last few years. So if you're still proud of your country, great. Start looking into people that are more successful than you are, and not someone that's telling you how to run a system that's keeping you in the system. I like to call it the matrix. So break away from that mindset. I guarantee you're going to be a lot happier. I'm really disappointed that the American Cancer Association isn't run by servant leaders that are here to help people out. So tools that you need, at least you know how to install a computer program. Okay, you got to know how to do that. Familiarity with Excel or have it, to learn simple concepts. If you're on a Mac or a PC, you can use Excel. I just showed you a little example of Excel. Okay, that's all you need to know how to do is just read a couple lines. It's not that hard. All the tools and titles at the very top. We cut over there real quick. Look at this, the very top. You got title, you got description right here, condition, the pick URL, the category right there, starting price. Okay, we have it all laid out for you in this format, ready to be imported. That's all you have to worry about here is verifying your price, right there. Your title, right there. Okay, we want to optimize that title, and then the category. All right. And I don't know who's calling me from Las Vegas, Nevada, but I'm on a webinar right now, guys. You got to be coachable, guys. Do it your own. Don't do it your own way in the beginning. I think it's foolish. I know you might be smarter than me because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but we have a system here that duplicates it, and it's working for a lot of people. So as long as you stick to the system, get started this way, and then you can taper off as you start learning other ideas, other tools. Okay, internet connection. You got to have a strong internet connection because you're going to be uploading some stuff, pictures and files and all that good stuff, or links. In our case, using the scrapers, you don't have to worry about large amount of data being imported because we have text files now being imported, but it's not images, so that's a good thing. But as long as you have an internet connection that's better than dial-up, I don't even know who uses dial-up anymore, but there's some people out there that probably live in the sticks that still have that. You want to make sure you have a strong internet connection. And most importantly, your computer is running smoothly. Okay, you got to make sure that you clean up all the junk in your computer that slows things down, and that's huge. We have some steps in there to help you get there, and some tools to help you clean up your PC. Mac folks, you don't really have to worry about that. I used to run a computer repair business for 5 years, servicing computers. 99% of those were all Windows-based, which is why probably I became a Mac fanatic after the Windows let me down because it's unfortunate. So I hate to use this analogy. I like to think ourselves as a Macintosh community, right? We're small, we're stable, we're growing, not super fast, but we're growing exponentially so that people are having success and then moving forward. And then folks that are cheaper, aka Windows, okay, let's just take a $20 program, for example, that's not going to give you all the goods that you need to really run a full-time business, okay? Windows has what? They upsell you, DSD, they upsell you to other products, right? Products to make things better, virus programs, that's the Windows side, right? So think about that. It's I think that's a perfect analogy for how we are here as a community. We're here to serve people. We're really back to give out people, and we give you tools here to make your business faster. So engineers can do it too. Okay, there's Moises out there in Puerto Rico showing off his PayPal there, roughly $2,400. Don McIntyre is one of our leaders out there in Florida. Always giving back. We appreciate you, Don. And will you be our next success story? Get back to the person who invited you and to get coached within the next 3 hours. The movers and shakers are the people that take advantage of what we have here. Folks that need to go pray about it and think about it. How has that worked out for you in the past? That's maybe a job. That would probably work best for a job. You pray about the people that you want to work with. I think we have enough leaders here to kind of, by the law of numbers, show you that people are having success. Do we have Chris Smith online now? Okay, I know he was putting down his girls. John, are you still on the line? All right,
yeah, I'm still here, Steven.
Awesome, man. Any last words you want to share with the folks?
Just one of the things that I learned that kind of surprised me in the 5 months that I've been in here is you have somebody like Chris Smith or Don that's making a ton of money, and you have people that are, just starting out, and everybody gets to use the same system. So, there's nothing that separates how much money you can make from how much money they're making. All it is they put the effort in. So that to me is really encouraging. The beginning of your webinar, you mentioned the getting rid of the Debbie Downers. Excuse me. And you also talked about Chris Smith and his success. And one of the things as a coach that I never got from him was anything negative, ever. Never gone into Skype and somebody said, man, I don't know how to help you. I don't know what to tell you. Somebody always has an answer for you, and, it's always positive. That's all.
Beautiful. Thanks, John. Well, that's a great way to wrap up the webinar. And you're right. One of the things that Chris never struggled with was thinking negative, and I saw that in him from the beginning. He's like, I'm going to make the system work, and then nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to be home with my girls, and that's awesome, man. You are a seed of what he created, and it's I love to kind of give back and see that story. I wish Chris was on the webinar, but it's all good. I know he's busy with his girls, so he can share his story. But it's good to see that duplication happening. And anyway, thank you very much, John, for being on tonight. I'll hang out here for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then you guys can jump off the webinar. So let's wrap this up here. Okay.